So, welcome back to another Game Stuff episode. And I got a few things I want to talk about today that have been building up over the last couple of months. Now, the first game I want to talk about is not here physically yet, and that is the Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain Special Edition. It got delayed coming to Canada. There was a time when I thought it wasn't going to show up at all. I heard there was a lot of orders cancelled. But it is on its way. Metal Gear just got released the other day. I just downloaded it. I said, screw it. I have to play this game. And I'm going to do a mini review on the game in the future because there's a lot I want to say about it. But I can honestly say that it is the best Metal Gear game I have ever played. Hands down. Never mind just the graphics. Forget the graphics are awesome. That's without question. The storyline is interesting. I just love playing Big Boss and developing your entire base and all the missions you go on. The gameplay, the horse, the wolf. I will say no more at this point, but what a stupendous game. And I don't want to sound cheesy, but I did get a small tear playing the game because it's that good. And it really reinforced the reason why I play video games. It was one of those games I started playing and I'm like, God, this is why I play video games. This is an incredible experience. It's beyond a work of art. It's a work of genius. It really is that good. I'm highly recommending the game for sure. So, love that game. Can't wait for the special edition to come. I'll show that one in the next GameStop episode in the future. Now, just before that came out, there's a few games I was playing. Yes, I went to Game Deals and I got these really, really cheap. I have Batman Arkham Asylum. I have it on the 360, but I misplaced it somewhere. I had to rebuy it again, but I got it for like $9 right here. And I gotta say, let's just talk about this for a sec. This has got to be, and I'm very nostalgic because, you know, I love the NES Batman, but Batman Arkham Asylum is the greatest Batman game I have ever played. I just love it. I like the atmosphere of it. I like the small world environment going back and forth. I mean, I'm not a huge superhero gamer guy, but I absolutely love Arkham Asylum. It's another game that I think is perfection. I really do. And I had to pick it up again. I played it back in the day when it first came out. I got it on the 360, as I said. And I loved it then, and I was like, I need to play it again. And so I started again. I love it. It's a really good game. Now, Star Wars is coming out this Christmas. I've been in a really Star Wars type of mood, so I had to pick up Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. I never played the first game. I kind of let it pass. And I started playing this game, and it's pretty cool. It's not bad. Very repetitive, but it gave me that Star Wars vibe, that Star Wars feeling that I kind of want to have playing a video game. And it's a fun game. It's just very repetitive, the same enemies over and over and over again. But if you're looking for your Star Wars fix, it's pretty good and it's cheap. Okay, here we go. There's a lot of turbo graphics games here, turbo duo games, and the first one I want to start with is a homebrew. It's called Mysterious Song. I guess it was released in 2012 by Frozen Utopia. And one of the creators of the game sent me this homebrew game. And what it is a traditional RPG that was a homebrew game made for the Turbo Duo system. It's very old school, but you gotta appreciate fans getting together and making games like this. And Mysterious Song is just one of those games, and I'll read the note that came with it. Hope you enjoy our game as it puts Tengai Makio to shame. No, not really. Please make a video for it when you have the time. Keelan. Keelan, I want to thank you for sending me this, and I don't know if this is even available anymore, if anybody's interested in it. I guess there's a website, frozenutopia.com. Check that out. Now, when I was down at Too Many Games, I hung out with a friend of mine, Jody, and he does some really amazing Turbo Duo reproductions, and he just does them for fun in his spare time. He's a really big fan. He also does a lot with the hardware as well, and when I was down there, he had an entire box of Turbo games that he just acquired for a reasonable price. So he's like, yeah, make me an offer in some games, and these are all sealed, which is unbelievable. So I'll just show you a couple of them. A few of them I don't know. This is Psycho Chaser. This one, I do not know the name of it. High Grenader. This is Power Gate. So those are the games I got. So I got given like 20 bucks for these. He was fantastic. And he also did, and this is not the legendary one that's out there. This is just one for homebrew, just for one so you can play the game. It's free. And that is Sapphire on the PC Engine Turbo Duo. A game that goes for like $700. So I was very happy he made me a reproduction of the game, which is like, cost him maybe a couple of dollars to make, but I appreciate it. I get to play Sapphire now. I've never been able to do that because of the hype, asking price. And he also threw in a PC Engine Duo card. I just want to thank my friend Jody for taking me out to some video game stores when I was out there, show me the local scene in the local area. Now, here we go. This has got a kind of a cool story to it. Do any of you guys remember a channel on YouTube called Retrocalypse? Back in 2009, it was the best channel to go for DS reviews by my friend Darren. But anyways, he just kind of one day just stopped doing the show and kind of closed the channel down, and I was always really sad to see that happen. But I was very happy to see him open up a store called Warp Zone Video Games and Beyond. And Darren sent me this. I asked him if he could send me a t-shirt because I wanted a t-shirt, and he sent me some other things here. Like, I have never heard of this, and I want to thank you, Darren, for sending this to me. This is unreal. It's called Moving Adventure Sio Blade on the Mega Drive. And I believe this is the English translation version. Now, what this is, I had to look this up, and I had to do a little bit of research because I didn't know anything about it. It seems it's kind of like a Snatcher-esque game. Just a point-and-click adventure game in a kind of sci-fi world. And yeah, Darren, big thank you for that. I was really surprised to get this. I only wanted a goddamn shirt. But I'll take this. I'll definitely give this a shot. And if it's really amazing in the future, I'll do a review on it. That'd be really, really cool. So thanks for that. I opened up this already earlier on to see what this is all about. I'm definitely giving this to Kim. Darren, thank you. She'll love this when she gets home. It is a slime cup with all the different kinds of slimes on there. Very, very cool. Oh, that's awesome. And last, but certainly not least, the greatest unboxing of all time. I finally get my Warp Zone shirt. Oh, I'll be wearing this in episodes to come, Darren. Thanks so much. And Darren was a really big part of the YouTube gaming community, and I've always appreciated his friendship over the years. And he's such a hardcore anime JRPG gamer like myself that we've always really got along so well. So thanks, Darren. Okay, moving on to some other gaming items here. This one blows my mind. So I have a friend of mine, Carlos, who went down to visit Ernie Cline. And Ernie Cline is the guy who wrote Ready Player One, a great novel. It's just unbelievable. I won't get into the whole story. We did a review on it a long time ago. But he went down to a book signing, and I did not expect this at all. But when he met Ernie Cline, and we had Ernie Cline on a podcast years ago, he got this book signed to me, to Johnny Millenium. May the Force be with you. That's the abbreviation right there. Ernie Cline. And I absolutely love Ready Player One. It's such an 80s throwback of nostalgia and pop culture. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. And Carlos, I want to thank you for going down and getting this signed for me. This is such an incredible item and will be something that I'll always treasure, especially when the movie comes out. Can you believe there's a movie of this coming out directed by Steven Spielberg? So we'll see how all that turns out. Now, being a big anime fan, I did have this on DVD, but I had to upgrade to the Castle of Cagliostro. Lupin. This is a great Miyazaki. This is one of his first films back in the day, and it is great. I'm telling you, you don't see animation like this anymore. I mean, it's the hand-drawn, handcrafted, incredibly done animation, and this is one of the animated films that really, like made me look at Japan back in the day. Like I saw this in like 88, 89. and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I knew Japan was doing things that I was extremely jealous about, and I want to be a part of, and I want to experience, and that is definitely the Castle Cagliostro. I highly recommend it. Who's this by? Is this by Discotheque? It is by Discotheque. I really was in an old school anime mood, and when I grew up watching a show called Force 5 that was, it collected a bunch of Japanese animated shows, and we're talking like 1982 I was watching this, really. It was 81, 82. And one of the shows that was on there was Dangarde Ace. And yeah, this, you know, the classic story of the, you know, aliens invading the world and a young reluctant kid has to get into a gigantic transforming robot to defend everything. But that was my first experience ever seeing that. I must have been around 7 years old, and Dangarde Ace really made an impact on my childhood. And here's another show that was on Force 5 back in the day, Star Singer. They were called the Space Skateers over here when I watched it as a kid, and I haven't watched this. I watched a bit of Dangarde Ace, and I'm telling you, it's really old school, but there's something wonderful about that late 70s, early 80s anime. There's something absolutely charming about it, and I can't wait to see Star Singers, the Space Skateers. Last and certainly not least, this was given to me a long time ago, actually. This is about 7 months ago, and I've been waiting to get it into an episode, and it's finally here. And it's by a friend of mine, Fabrizio Fabro, and he does this incredible wood-burning art. This is a custom box he did for me for Dragon Quest. This is unbelievable. Look at this. This just blows my mind. Yeah, god damn it. This is a true skill. Look at that map on the back. Look at this. This is a true skill, something that I've said often, that I'll never truly be able to comprehend. And it takes a great amount of patience. This took him weeks to do. Weeks to do. And the reason why he did it for me is because I have a signed Dragon Quest 6 in the other room. And he wanted me to have a case for it. And that's why he sent me this to me. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. And Fabro, no more, please. You know, like, absolutely no more. This is incredible. You sent me the Ease one. You sent me the Dragon Quest one. Thank you. Absolutely. But why? It's as I said before, it's in a good home. And I really, really appreciate this kind of item a lot. Like, it's treasured. It's a one of a kind. A real one of a kind. So, guys, that is my new game stuff episode. A bunch of stuff that I've wanted to talk about for a long time. I'm finally glad that I could. So, anyways, guys, until next time.